Alright, my friends, we are back here at the warehouse today where we're kind of taking a look at some of the projects in storage here, and thought I would show you the reason why. In the video last week we talked about what those poor, lost, forgotten, abandoned Ram Air Trans Ams and Firebirds or formulas were acquired for. So you can see this is the other part of that equation. These are our two other Ram Air cars. These are both formulas. One of these is a 96, this red one here, and the other one's a 97. Similar situations that I don't necessarily want to say these were driven hard, because they really weren't, but it was just that they got a hold of people that could not understand or didn't understand how to maintain them or work on them. So, you know, it happens. It does, like we talk about. But that's why we try to make some videos here to educate you folks on that are learning this, how the process works. Now, both of these cars are very recoverable. This one needs a little bit more work than this one here. But let me walk around. I'll show you the features that made these interesting. Now, this one here came from a gentleman, very, very nice gentleman, that bought this from the original owner, who was his uncle. And as it obviously life gets in the way, he didn't have time to work on it necessarily. Oh, hang on, let's see, that still works. Hold on. Good thing I got the keys here. Alright, so he did not have time to work on it, and it sat in kind of the same spot for a while, and the sun got after it, like a lot of them. So you can see these F-bodies. The weak point here is, of course, that dash. But if you look around in here, you'll see this car does not look cosmetically bad, other than where he went ahead and started the process of painting it. And I'll show you here real quick. This one is kind of a surprise, because unless you looked at it clean, you wouldn't see this. But this car has all of yes, 64,000 miles on it. So it runs and drives very well. Honestly, you could use this as a daily driver. Probably a little bit of leak down on the fuel injectors there, but low coolant lights on, probably the module's out on it, but the AC even works in this car. So this is a pretty decent car. Headlight motors, of course, are bad, but we'll address that. I'll probably make a few videos about that one. So the biggest thing on this one will be the paint work, and of course our lack of a headliner, which he pulled out. But the headliner itself the material got wet in the garage, so we're gonna have to scavenge that from that other Ram Air car. But you know, it runs really good. Let's take a look under the hood so you guys can see here what a factory Ram Air with no modifications really looks like. So there it is in its glory, very dirty, but it's all intact. The gas is still there. These have not been cut. Just a smooth running LT1 with a good OptiSpark. Now the later OptiSparks had the venting, so you don't have as many problems with them like the earlier units do. But you can see he had good intentions. Got in there, started sanding and trying to redo it, because the clear coat failed because it sat in a carport in the same spot for many years, you know. But honestly, you can drive this car around the way it sits, do a fluid change on it, a few other things maybe. But there's your WS6 emblem, your original megaphone, exhaust outlets. It's actually part of the Formula and the Trans Am Ram Airs both have those megaphone exhaust outlets. Of course, our headlight motors, like I said, they do not work. We'll rebuild those. I've done those before in another Formula 350 we have here, and original rims are on it. I mean, I wonder why that keeps doing that. I know I didn't pop that hatch, but anyway. You know, just nice, decent car. Just cosmetically doesn't look that good right now. But we can make it look good. And a taillight bulb burned out, I just noticed. But yeah, so nice car. Now this other one here, and this would be a, what they call a 1SB car. So it's got fabric interior with a 6-speed, of course. It does have, that is a CD player in it, which is the upgrade system with the equalizer. That's, I think this is the first year of the Monsoon. Let me look. I think 97 was the first year of the Pontiac Monsoon is what they called it, with the added speakers. No, maybe this one does not have the Monsoon. Okay. Maybe that was reserved for the Trans Ams and not the Formulas. I'll have to look at that. But the floor mats are in here still. I think all 4 of my floor mats are in here, actually. So this is a very solid car. Doesn't need that much from the other cars, but it does need a few things that we can use. Now this other one here, this is a 97 Ram Air. Now this, of course, is a non-T-top sick roof. This is a 97. I hate the way that keeps doing that. Let's see if I can disable that. So this one is a 97 Ram Air, black formula, graphite interior, 6-speed, with T-tops, with the polished rims on it. And it also has a really unusual option that I was kind of suspicious of at first, till I looked it up on the SPID label, which is the RPO code label. This actually has the AQ9 Trans Am seats in it from the factory. They're not, somebody didn't add those to it. This is one of 23 equipped with these AQ9 seats. Now, ultimate scheme of thing, that doesn't mean much. It just means somebody wanted these seats, right, with the formula. And you can tell though this sat for a long time. I just realized my lighting is not the best. Hold on, let's do this. Oh, there we go. So, but it's intact. And of course the dash is cracked up there. The T-top liners are still in it. It's really not horrible. It's been sitting up for a good 6 years. What they did here on this one is they tried to repair this for whatever reason. There might have been an engine problem. Door panels still aren't even cracked on this. They might have tried to do an engine repair and then they just completely got lost. So they took this one apart and they just messed it up. So I grabbed this off the other red formula Ram Air that I have already, put that back in here. But when I bought this, that box was not there. This was all just bundled up and left. So you can see this is going to require us to get a lot of cleaning done, a lot of repositioning of our wires, make sure things are in the right spot. They just kind of went willy-nilly on this. The radiator's missing, fans are gone. It's intact, but it's in pain right now, you know, because it sat for a good many years like that. Tires went flat. But overall, it's a decent car. And this one also has 67,000 miles on it. So not a lot of miles on this one either. Of course, on this one here, our taillights are not nearly as nice. They're cracked and damaged. I went ahead already and ponied up the money for a better set of taillights and a new old stock dash pad for this car. Now, between these two cars here, this one is more optioned and pretty unusual. I know that the red one here, I forget the numbers. There were 100 or so built in that configuration, but it's a 1SB. This one actually is I think I remember seeing 1SC, but it also does have the disc changer out back. So this pretty much has the 10 disc changer. This pretty much has every option that you could throw at a Formula that year without it being a Trans Am, and have it be pretty much like a Trans Am but with the Formula bodywork. So that is the reason why we've taken and decided to sacrifice those other two cars simply because even though I know that we can put those back together again, the fact that they're automatics and the fact that they're in such poor shape really doesn't lend itself to saving them. The sad thing is a couple of them have to get sacrificed to save the others. These two are much more worthy of getting back into regular duty. This one obviously is going to take a little bit more work on my end to get drivetrains transferred over, transplanted over. This one here is going to be probably a couple afternoons of work of swapping the fluid, seeing why the cooling fans aren't coming on. AC works, but our cooling fans aren't turning on, so we don't want to drive it around the Texas heat and get those hot. But yeah, so figured I'd let you guys get a sneak peek here. I probably won't get to these just yet. Next video we'll be working on putting together some stuff for our 96 competition yellow LT4, and working on projects as they come up or as I get interested in messing with them. There's another one over here hiding in the corner, a chrome bumper car. Actually got a Batmobile license plate on the front, which kind of is fitting because it does kind of look like that. So we'll get to these in time, but yeah, so I'd let you guys see what these look like and why we made the call to tear down those other two cars. So hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend, and we'll catch up with you guys next time. Talk to you then.